Oh, okay. Thanks, Dawn. Hey, Dion. So today we're going to do another eye look from Miss Jackie Ina. Dion already sent you the picture, so I guess I don't have to show it right now since nobody's here right now. But I'm going to use some old school makeup for this old school look. So I have the Carnival Volume 3 palette here. And you saw the pink and purple look I'm doing that I found on Jackie Ina's page from back in the day when I first started following her in the 18s, if you will. So um I figured that was good enough. So I'm going to use the Carnival palette. As you can see, it's just made like a purple and pink look. So I figure I can tap into this purple along with this purple, combine those, and then put this pink in the inner corner. This is more like a fuchsia pink though, whereas I feel like that was a little bit brighter pink, but I feel like it's still close enough. And then there's plenty of shades for transition to start off with. And I'm gonna use purple on the outer V for like our shades and use a dark purple matte in the inner corner. So that's what I'm working with. I got my handy Sigma brushes ready. You can use my code Gelbeauty. They took off the 87 to get a discount on whatever you need to purchase from Sigma. Let me turn this picture around really quick so you can see. So, I had to grab my laptop because I forgot to, where is it? My preview picture. So, this is what we're working with for the eye look if anyone is curious. I love a pink and purple moment, and since you all picked Jackie Ina for these, that's why we're doing this Jackie Ina look. So, let's get into it. Let me prime. Oh, yeah. So did I, because I'm like, I don't watch the Super Bowl. The last time I watched the Super Bowl was because Kendrick was performing. Otherwise, I don't really care. So, I hate to sound mean. Like, I watched when Kendrick performed. I watched when, of course, The Weeknd performed. Because, you know, that's one of my favorite artists. I think I watched when Beyonce and Bruno Mars did. Because I think Bruno Mars said he was the first person to do it, if I remember correctly. Where did it go? Y'all, I just squirted out some primer, and I have no idea where it went. So, you'll have to squirt out some more. Anyway, yeah. So I figured most people will probably watch the Super Bowl now that I think about it. I don't watch it. I know one of my followers who used to be on YouTube, who's now on like, what is it, TikTok or whatever. She watches the Super Bowl, so I'm sure she's watching it right now. Even though like she doesn't, her team didn't make it. Like her team was the Raiders. But yeah. I don't know, Deanna. I just don't really care about the Super Bowl. Not to be mean, so I'm just like whatever. But I'm excited to do this eye look because y'all know I love a pink and purple moment, and any excuse to use a pink and purple sounds good to me. I guess I go with the Seahawks because I found out that the person who owns the Patriots or whatever donated like $1 million to help with ICE or something like that. It was a post I saw. I don't want to misquote it, so allegedly, but I saw they had donated a whole bunch to I think Donald Trump's campaign or something having to do with Republicans. So I was just like, I'm good right there. So I'm gonna start off with the shade I guess Tan Lines is our transition shade. And I feel like everybody and their mama had this palette, Dion. And if you could use pigments, you had this palette. I just feel like you did. And I absolutely love this palette. I was watching and saw that, do you all go to any of the digital Sephora events? I hope not, because Janet isn't here to send anyone away. Oh, wait, no, you one of my mods too, I think, Dion, right? So you can send people away. I'm about to say, I know I have a mod set up for it. I had one guy who came in, was like cussing yesterday or whatever. So I was like, you're not a mod? I swear I had you set up as a mod. Because I thought it was you and it was Janet. And you all were the two mods that I had. That's why I'm like, what do you mean? But yeah, so I'm excited about this eye look. Like I said, I love to do a pink and purple moment. I want to know, how do you... But say, I swore I did because I remember it was you and Dion. I mean, it was you and Janet because I only have two. So if Janet isn't here, I know that you'll be here. I was thinking about making Dawn one too. What do you think? You think we should make Dawn a mod too? Because I kind of want to make Dawn and Nina mods. So then that way I'd have like 3 or 4. So depending on which one you all pops up, like, you know, everybody is here. Oh, I was laughing at some of the Super Bowl commercials I saw. Because if you haven't noticed, they started letting you see Super Bowl commercials ahead of time. Which I don't understand. Because I'm like, then that just take away from the excitement of when the Super Bowl actually comes out. And a lot of people watch the Super Bowl for the Super Bowl commercials. So I don't get the purpose of doing that. Hey, Janet. We were just talking about you. It wasn't bad. I was saying that I wanted to get some more mods. And I was talking about how you and Dion are my only 2 mods. So I was telling Dion, I think we should let Nina and Dawn be mods as well. And she was saying she thinks Nina would be a good fit. So I'm like, I think so too. But yeah, so I'm like, oh no, Dawn isn't here. She said she'll be back for the replay, but she did want to comment and let me know that she did remember it was here and show up. Because yesterday's live, I don't know if you saw my my stories. But I was supposed to have a live yesterday, but what ended up happening was my internet started acting up. So since my internet acted up, I didn't get a chance to actually do the live. So I had to put them on my Instagram stories to let you all know that I didn't have the live. So that's why. But back to these Super Bowl commercials. So they started showing them ahead of time, which I thought was really weird. Because like I said, I thought it was supposed to be an exciting thing where you like get to watch them all throughout the Super Bowl when the commercials come on. This is one time you want to see commercials. But everybody said the 50 Cent one was one of their favorites because he was just like clowning all the rappers he had beef with over the years. So like he clowned obviously he clowned Diddy because he had both some like Cheeto Puff or whatever, and then he clowned Ja Rule with he had a clock and it said always on time, like that song he did with Ashanti. And then it was one other person he clowned. I forgot who it was, but like they were like he was clowning all these people or whatever in this video. And then he did a promo for his alcohol. So I was just like, oh, okay. So now I'm gonna take the shade here, Blackberry. That's gonna be our crease and outer V shade. But I'm like, I think it's very interesting because he said he's about to do a what is it, a documentary on Jay-Z now, that Jay-Z has been in the Epstein files or whatever. And I'm just like, oh Lord. Oh, okay. I have not used any in a while. I finally ran out of the one Dion gave me, and Dion gave it to me like years ago. What was you all's favorite Super Bowl commercial if you actually watched? I have only seen, I think, like 2 or 3 that came up in commercials, like the Pizza Hut one for, what's his name? What's that? Tom Brady keeps popping up when you go to TikTok. So when I go up there, like, upload my videos or check out my friend who does live there because she doesn't really do YouTube anymore. She just does TikTok. I go over there, and that's how I see, like, stuff like that. But otherwise, I don't really like watching. I thought the Sabrina Carpenter one was weird because it's like she just made a man out of Pringles and then everybody like ran into him to catch him and ate the man out of Pringles. I was like, I don't see the purpose of this. I'm like, nowadays to me commercials is just like, you know, I don't get the premise behind them. It's like you doing something stupid hoping I remember the commercial, because like even if I do remember the commercial, that's not gonna make me like buy this product. So that's why I'm like, I really don't understand some advertisers like way of making commercials nowadays, because I'm like, the stuff you're doing is not intriguing to me in any way, shape, form, or fashion. This is a Sigma E45, the small tapered blending brush. This is one of my favorite ones to use for my crease. I like this one, and then I like the detailed diffused crease brush. But it's like I wasn't trying to diffuse it. I was trying to pack on a whole bunch of colors, so that's why I use this one. It has this cute little pointy tip. To me, it's kind of made like a paintbrush, if you will. You know, the paintbrushes that had a pointy tip. I feel like this is. I think that too. I don't see the point of watching the Super Bowl because I don't care about football. And it's like, then since y'all giving early access to the commercials by putting them on TikTok and all these other places, I'm like, I don't see what the point is. No, I have one more Pitts thing that you gave me or whatever, Dion. I think it's the one that's for the rubs or whatever, when you put it on the chicken and the ribs for barbecue, which is good because like when I make my chicken quesadillas, which you all see in one of the vlogs. I don't remember what vlog it is, but I made a chicken quesadilla on my own at home, you know, like the ones they sell at Taco Bell. I was thoroughly enjoying it. So I'm thinking about making that as like a recipe video the next time I make one. I should have did it the last time I cooked it, but I ended up cooking at my mom's house and I didn't think to like, you know, like record it the second time because I was more concerned about making the I don't think you all have seen it yet, but I made a video about Ballerina Farm, and then they had like some drama come up with them in their raw milk, and I was just like, oh God. So I'm just like, I don't know. Oh, you ended up buying the palette? I thought you said you weren't going to buy the palette. But let's put on the shade, Blackberry shade on the outer V. I know Jackie doesn't really like flare out her outer V with shape the way I do, but that's the way I like to do mine, and I am the one who's doing it at the end of the day. So I'm following like the color pattern of what you all chose based upon the poll I put up for you all, but I'm kind of like going with my own shape or whatever. I'm thinking about doing some more on her because she was the one that got voted the most. So I was thinking maybe I'll do 2 weeks on her and then like 1 week on you know, somebody else, because you all did pick Desi Perkins as the second most popular like influencer, and I'm excited to try the Nosy fragrance for you all as well. Yeah, you, Dion, because well, no, I think I was confused because you posted it on your community tab, and I'm like, that's why I was like, I thought you didn't like buy the palette or whatever, because I remember you talking to Janessa and I about the palette, but the people were telling you, you know, that they weren't sure or whatever. So That's what I thought we were talking about, because I can only look so much because I gotta, you know, do this. Janet, do you still have this palette? Or did you ever get this palette? I'm just curious. Because this is like the only one I think I still have. I had some from some other creators they had collab with that didn't do as well. Like the Makeup by Elena, the Canadian girl who used to get mad because she said James Charles copied like all her looks. And then she sent all her followers to go tell him to like, you know, stop doing that or whatever. See, that's the thing too. This is the only big palette I'm willing to hold on to because, you know, I love a good rainbow moment. So I was like, I have to have this just because I just love it so much. Oh, okay. Yeah, because that's why I was asking, because I was confused when you made the post. I was like, wait, what? She told me, like, no, I'm confused now. But okay, somebody made the post. Okay. Because I didn't get to read it, because, like, you was texting me when I noticed it and was about to read it, and then my alarm went off to let me know that we had to be here. And since she said you waiting on me to get done, I was like, let me hurry up and move along, because, you know, I don't really like to do lives as it is. So I'm like, we're going to keep this short, we can keep it cute, and then people can just come back and watch it later and do what they do. Since people like to watch my lives later on or whatever, I don't know. Anyway. So we're almost done pretty much. I think I got maybe like 5-7 more minutes. And I've already talked about the other stuff that I wanted to talk about with you all. You know I'm not gonna take my time. You know I don't like to do live. So like I don't even know why you said that. It just gives me an excuse to be like, well, we have to go to Dion's live, so I'm gonna just wrap this up really cute and a quick bow. Thank you so much. Okay, bye. No, but like, okay, so let's get into all this purple, because I feel like I'm going to try to pack on the shimmer on the lid, because I feel like since these are satins and hers seems like it's more of a glimmery, like, thick shimmer, I'm going to have to do a lot of packing. So, we're going to be packing stuff on the lid for a good little minute on both sides in order to get that done. Y'all, so many fragrances are coming out that smell exactly the same that I'm super excited about. But you left the door wide open for me to do it, Deanna. It's too late. It's too late. So I pulled a few palettes for why you don't need, y'all. But I don't know, like, which one I actually want to use. I think I'm going to combine these two purples here. Originally, I was going to do this one, but it's looking like it's more bluish purple, and I want it to stay true purple. So I'm going to start with this one as our bottom one, and then I'm going to pack this one on top. But yeah, so I'm like, I grabbed a few palettes, but then I like had to remember like what did I grab the palettes for, because like I didn't grab the pictures immediately when I thought of them and I saw them on Instagram. I just went and grabbed the palettes out of my drawer, and now I'm sitting here with like 2 and 3 palettes, and I'm like, what is this supposed to be duping again? I do not remember. Like I got the sleepover palette for a dupe for something, but I don't remember what it is. Supposed to be duping. And then I put out another palette for some of the stuff you had sent me over recently, Janet. I pulled, I think, like 2 or 3 palettes of those. So, you know, I pulled the latest Pat McGrath Mothership palette that they came out with the greens and all that to dupe out the Beauty Bay palette. And then I grabbed the, what do you call that palette? The, let me see. I grabbed the Gothic palette so we could dupe out, what palette was I supposed to be duping out? We were supposed to dupe it out a purple palette or whatever. I don't remember which palette is supposed to be duping out though, but I feel like it was a purple palette that came out. I was supposed to dupe with it. Then there's a palette I pulled to dupe out the new Blend Bunny palette. So I made a palette that I feel like looks actually quite similar to the Diablo palette from Blend Bunny with like the fun colorful shades in it. If you all remember, I redid my Flirty palette from ColourPop. So I made my own version that looks really similar to it. Now, it doesn't have the cool tone shades in it, but it has like the pink and the blue and the red and that type of vibe that's in that palette along with the purple. So I felt like we could use this to dupe out the new Diablo palette from Blend Bunny. But Dion, Janet, let me know if y'all think I should dupe it out with that or not, because I feel like it would be fun. It's just not going to have like the cool tone colors in it because obviously it's a smaller palette than the palette that I just talked about, but I feel like it would be cute and it would work out for us in the long run. So those are just the 3 I have pulled out right now. I do need to go home and pull out some more for what I talked to you about and for the newer ones that you just sent me yesterday and today, Janet, and I think you sent me one Friday. Okay, yeah, I thought it would be cool just because, you know, I don't know. I feel like this is like my own creation, and the fact that the brand came out with a creation of something that's similar to what I made, I thought was pretty cool. Now, theirs does have like purple in it, whereas I just stuck to blue, pink, because I think blue and pink and red go really nicely together. So that's why I did mine that way. But I can understand her adding the purple because the purple gives it like a little cute moment as well. So I'm thinking that will be a really cool and cute look. I was thinking about pulling another palette though for the Blend Bunny one, just because since this has green in it and the Blend Bunny one is more blue, green, purple, then I felt like that would be different. And then I have a palette to dupe out the Angelic palette. You know I have a few pastel palettes because I love a good pastel moment. So I was thinking I have one. The only thing is I don't know if the brand exists anymore. I know it's from one of my favorite creators who doesn't really do his YouTube channel anymore. He just does like stuff on Instagram. See, to me, the Dead Roses kind of just reminds me of Cyborg Choir without the like fun blue shades in it. Because remember, it's kind of giving Ocean Jewel, and you just made it a more darker, vampier version of Ocean Jewel. Or is it just me? Because I feel like if you took the purples out of Ocean Jewel and traded them in with more wine aubergine shades, it would be the exact same palette. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. So I honestly feel like I could pull out the all matte palette that I have with the colorful shades in it and just use that. Because remember, I redid my matte palette because they had that melted ice cream one or melted something, and it had like, you know, the browns and like the oranges and the yellows and stuff. I feel like I could honestly just pull some of the shades out of Dead Rose, since it has that burgundy-ish aubergine vibe to it, and then keep some of the shades I put in there myself, and it would be the same. You think it's neutral? Oh, because to me it gives more of like aubergine with like wine colored shades, and then so are those shades I'm thinking of, the wine colored janitor, that was more like brown, and I'm just like thinking about it wrong. Because when I first saw it, I was just like, why did they give us a muted version of Ocean Jewel? Because that's all it looks like to me. It looks like a muted version of Ocean Jewel. I'm like, they'd be glad I still don't do them 5 brands to dupe yourself videos. Because I'm like, I'd have been like, what are we doing here? What is happening? So I'm going to have to look now, since you're saying it's more neutral than what I think it is. Because like I said, I just thought it was like an aubergine version of whatever. But even still, that one I'm talking about actually is pretty neutral. Because it has like lots of neutrals in it. It still has that pop of yellow that's in that palette. So the only difference would be I would have to take the pinks out of it, and then I guess add another tone to it. But it's still kind of, to me, in the realm or family of that. But I'll look at it a little bit deeper, Janet. Oh, okay. So the muted, so is what you're saying is the muted browns. Okay. I thought they were, but I wasn't 100% sure. Because I'm like, with the lighting of the picture, I feel like they tried to make it look more aubergine instead of more like neutral-ish, if you will. But okay, yeah, I'll have to look into it now, because I was thinking like it's giving, like I said, a muted Ocean Jewel without the fun shades. And I guess in a sense it kind of is, but I'm going to have to look into that deeper now that I know that it's not what I think it is. Let me see. I had pulled a couple other palettes, but I don't remember why. Like, I have the Gloomy Gardens out, and I feel like it's supposed to be similar to something else that I had that I had recently came out that you had sent me, but I don't remember what it is. But this was out for a reason, so I'm gonna have to go back through what you sent me, Janet, and see why I pulled this. Because I know I pulled it for a reason, or I might just go to Makeup on Your Radar again and check and see, like, you know, if there's anything that came out that looks similar to this. Because I feel like it had to, or else I wouldn't have pulled this palette. But I don't remember why I pulled it. And then I pulled the Resurrection palette from them. Now, I'm wondering if I pulled this one to dupe out their one that they just came out with. What is it? The Rocky Horror Picture Show. Because I think they're the ones who came out with the Rocky Horror Picture Show. But I feel like possibly maybe this could go with their Rocky Horror Picture Show. But I feel like the colors in here, it's giving more rainbow palette than it is like the kind of chaotic color story that they had in that. But since it was theirs, I was like, I'll put it up against that before I make a final decision. So still got to do some of those. Anyway, let's round this one up. I'm trying to get done within under 30 minutes. My mom just texted me like, am I okay? It's like, I told you I wasn't leaving my house till like 6:30, almost 7 o'clock, and it's not even 6:30 yet, so clearly I'm fine. But okay. Anyway, I'm going to take Starlight now and start dabbing that on top, and then we'll put the pink in the inner corner. The only thing is, like I said, I don't think this pink is going to be bright enough, so I might end up combining the pinks, like put this pink and then put this pink on top of it to give it a little bit of brightness, because I feel like Jackie's a little bit brighter than mine. See, that's what I was thinking too, Janet. That's why I had pulled it. So, okay, I'll put that in the pile to do for the Rocky Horror Picture Show. So I have 4 of them now. I still need to figure out what the Goth palette is. And then I have the Mercury, what is it? Mercury Retrograde, I think it's called. I don't think it might be called Mercury something else. I know it's Mercury something. And that's the one I'm going to use for the pastel palette from Cosmic Beauty, the Angelic palette. I just need to get it out of the drawer. Matter of fact, I'll pull it out before this is over, and then you can tell me if you think it looks similar or not. Did you end up getting that one, Janet, or did you just skip over it? I am curious. Since her lids are open, I can't exactly see how bright the shade is on her lid. I thought it was pretty deep, but still had a little bit of brightness to it. So, oh, okay. Well, you know I love Rocky Horror Picture Show, so I was tempted to get it, especially because I actually do really like their formula. I think they have an amazing formula, but I was just like, if it's giving rainbow palette, I don't feel like I'm going to get enough use out of it, Janet. I'm like, I have to kind of like scale it back, because I say this all the time, but it's like when you have 3 different channels and you have like lots of different niches, like you have to budget and plan accordingly. So lately I've just been planning on the fashion channel mainly, and I got to start the lingerie series again there soon, because like May will hit me before I realize it. Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't. What did you want me to do? I don't. Oh, hey, Sue. Getting ready for work. We about to leave like in a few minutes, but I'm happy you dropped in. I'm recreating this look from Jackie Aina from 2016. Oop, I just made it disappear, child. So this is what it looks like. It's a nice pink and purple moment. You know I love a good pink and purple moment, so I had to, you know, make sure I got one of those done, and I'm glad you all picked it because you know I love a pink and purple moment. So let's finish off adding the purple on here, and then I'll put these 2 pinks in the inner corner and call it a day. But yeah, I want to get more back on my why you don't need, but I'm kind of just like, I have to, you know, kind of pace myself because I have so many ideas and so many different channels I have to do. Oh, thank you, Mercy. But yeah, so let's get this inner corner done. Where's my inner corner brush? I'm using a Sigma, I think it's an E20 Principal brush. I think that's what it's called. You can use my code Gelbeauty to pick up anything you need from Sigma. Yeah, I was right, E30. I still got it. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the darker pink shade, and then we'll put the rose pink shade in there afterwards. But did anybody bet on this? Because I know some people are really big on betting on sports. I personally don't want to do that. Oh, hey, Wannabe. I think sports betting is like kind of risky, especially because I heard allegedly like they like rigged the game. So I'm like, if they're rigging it and I don't know who you rigged it for, I don't want to like have my money out there and then, you know, like I end up losing my money because the person I thought you paid to rig the game or, you know, like lose the game doesn't end up losing it. But, you know. Okay, so, oh, this actually looks like it's kind of close to it, so I might not have to add anything to it at all. I think I just want to get the outer V together a little bit, and then we will wrap it up and head on over to see Dion. Yeah, I'm under the 30 minutes I want to be on. Oh, hey! Pole 78, what's going on? I'm doing this recreation of Jackie Aina look, and I'm gonna hold the computer up at the end to see if we think I did a good job. Now, the thing is, you can't really see, like, her eyes, so it's like, I don't know what transition shade she used. I just went with a dark purple because I was like, I'm already using the dark purple. So I was like, we just gonna go ahead with it because I like to have something on my outer V. And y'all know I like to wing things out. I'm real extra. I'm glad you all picked Jackie because, like, she is one of my favorites. She is who helped me start on my makeup journey. I think I've told the story before, but I guess I can tell it again. So what happened was my grandma loved to put on makeup. She had been trying to get me wear makeup since I was 16. I was like, yeah, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to be bothered, whatever. So she ended up getting dementia, and then she forgot like the steps it took to put on her makeup. And since I didn't go and learn how to put on makeup like she wanted me to when she asked, and mind you, MAC was popular at the time that like I was in high school, like I'm sure a lot of you all were, and they wanted and my grandma would go like buy me MAC makeup and beg me to like put it on, and like I wouldn't. And I had friends who were jealous, of course, because I was getting MAC makeup and they actually wore makeup and wanted to use my makeup, but like, you know, I have melanin and they didn't have as much melanin, so they couldn't cut it off me so it would even matter. But anyway, so I had to go online and try to find people to do it because I knew my mom wasn't going to try to figure out. And it was one of the few things my grandma had as far as her memory went that made her happy to be able to put on her makeup every day. So what I did was I went online to YouTube, found some people. I ended up finding Tina Fancy Face first. And I follow Tina to this day. Absolutely love Tina. I'm so glad she's back to uploading consistently. I don't know about you all, but I'm excited. And then I was like, this is cool. But I prayed to God. I was like, can we find somebody that got a little more melanin? Because, you know, Tina is more like Dion's complexion. Although, like, I love watching Dion and it's really helpful. It's like when you first start out, you need somebody to, you know, basically shade match with. And so right after I said that, I kid you not, Jackiana popped up in the search bar. And so I've been following Jackiana ever since. And what I would do is I would put numbers on each one of the products so my grandma could remember, like, what order it went in. Because you're going to remember your number. So it's like, I put number 1 on the primer. And then I put, like, number 2 on, like, the foundation. And I put number 3, like, on the concealer or whatever. And so that's how I ended up finding Jackiana, and that's how I ended up doing it. Now, my grandma was like a shade darker than, I think a shade or 2 darker than I am. So, I still had to go find somebody else. So that's how I ended up finding Too Much Mouth, because my grandma was, you know, darker than I am, and I'm Jackiana's shade. So her being a couple of shades darker, I found, I think her, what's her name? I think her name is Shayna. So I started following Cocoa Swatches and Shayna to help me pick shade matches for her. But anyway, this is our finished eye, you all. Let me pull my computer out and see. Like, y'all think I did okay? I think I did okay. This is what we're working with, and I think it turned out pretty well, all things considered, because like I said, I can't see what's in her crease. I'm assuming there's like purple in her crease, and it looks like there's purple on the outer V. I can't put, well, I guess I could have put something underneath the lower lash line. Thanks, Janet. I'm like, I guess I could have put the stuff underneath the lower lash line since I'm not doing any other looks tonight. So let's go ahead and do that really quick. Let me just grab another pencil brush really quick, and then we'll put it all down there. Where is one? I'm gonna grab a thick pencil brush. Where is it? Yeah, I'll take this one and take the deep purple and put that on the lower lash line. So I'm gonna just take the dark matte purple. I'm not gonna put the extra shimmer on top like I put on the lid, because now that I'm looking at it, I don't know that hers necessarily does that, but it's kind of late now, so you know, too late. But yeah, so if you have not heard that story before, that is my story of getting into makeup. I was kind of like forced into it, and now here we are. Oh, I'm gonna do a what is it? A Beautylish extra large box video for you all that's coming soon. Someone so kindly gifted it to me, because last year they said they were gonna give it to me, but they ended up giving somebody else because I didn't answer the email in time. So they said this year they would just buy me a whole box. So they kept their word and they bought me the box. So we'll like go through and do a video on the box sometime in the future. I'm trying to decide like when, because for the end of the month we're doing these videos from 2016 makeup, and we start off with Jackiana. So I have like, I think a couple more up for you all next week in a poll, and then the last 2 weeks I'll go ahead and do Desi Perkins, because she was the one that got picked second most out of the poll that I did. And since the other people are tired, I'll just skip those. But this week and next week is Jackiana, and then the last 2 weeks will be Desi Perkins. So I look forward to seeing what you all pick for Desi, because Desi does a lot of that, you know, sci-fi makeup, or is that what they call it, Dion? I don't know. Like a lot of the studio effects makeup that Dion does, which I am not good at, so I'm not even about to play myself and post any of those type of pictures. We would be here forever. And then I'd have to do it like a duet video with Dion so she can help me through the process, because absolutely not. No. But I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you like the eye look. I love a good purple moment, so this one was right up my alley. And again, I'm so glad that you all picked it. I'm obsessed. I'm in love. I'm enraptured. Now, everyone, listen. Make sure you head on over to my bestie Dion Loves Makeup's channel and go watch her live, because she should be going live in a few minutes. Make sure you get on over to Dion Loves Makeup's page, and I'll see you all over in that live. Okay, bye guys. Trolling. True. Bye. Exactly at 6:30. Look at that.